What's going on, Fix and Cruise family? Welcome back to the channel. Let's paint a picture you probably know all too well. You're running late. You jump in your car. You put the key in the ignition, you turn it, and you get silence. Or maybe you get a frantic clicking noise, like a tiny, angry robot is trapped in your dashboard. That's the classic, dreaded, no crank, no start. It's one of the most common and frustrating problems a car owner can face. But here's the good news. More often than not, it's something you can diagnose and even fix yourself with just a few basic tools and a little bit of knowledge. And it's important to know the difference. A no crank is when the engine doesn't turn over at all. A crank no start is when the engine spins going rah-rah-rah-rah, but never actually fires up. Today we're tackling the first one, the silent treatment. We're going to walk through the most common causes, from the dead simple to the slightly more involved, so you can stop guessing and start fixing. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more car maintenance tips. Now, let's jump right in. Number 1. The battery, the number one offender. All right, let's start with the absolute number one cause of a no-crank condition, a weak or dead battery. Your car's starter motor needs a massive jolt of electricity to turn over your heavy engine, and if the battery isn't up to the task, you get nothing. So, how do you know if it's the battery? First, check your symptoms. When you turn the key to the on position, are the dashboard lights dim? Do they flicker wildly when you try to start it? Does the dome light look weak? If you hear that rapid click, 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 that's the sound of the starter solenoid trying to engage, but not having enough juice to do its job. It's like flipping a light switch on and off really fast. The first thing to do is a simple visual inspection. Pop the hood and look at your battery terminals. Do you see any fuzzy white or blue-green stuff? That's corrosion, and it acts like a wall, blocking the flow of electricity. If you see corrosion, you need to clean it. Safety first. Always disconnect the negative terminal, the black one, before you disconnect the positive. A simple wire brush and a mix of baking soda and water will clean that right up. Reconnect positive first, then negative. Make sure they're tight, and try again. For a more definitive test, grab a multimeter. They're super cheap and an amazing tool for any DIYer. Set it to DC volts. Touch the red probe to the positive terminal and the black probe to the negative. A healthy, fully charged battery should read around 12.6 volts or slightly higher. If you're seeing anything below 12.2 volts, your battery is seriously discharged and likely won't have the power to start the car. If it's below 11.8, it's basically dead. And of course, the classic test is a jump start. If it fires right up with a jump from another car, you've almost certainly found your culprit. It's either a bad battery that can no longer hold a charge, or a bad alternator that isn't recharging your battery while you drive. Number 2. Relays and fuses. Okay, so your battery is showing a healthy 12.6 volts. The terminals are clean and tight, but you still get nothing. What's next? We move on to the car's electrical bodyguards, the fuses and relays. Your car has a fuse box, usually under the hood and sometimes another one inside the car. The lid of the fuse box has a handy diagram that tells you what each fuse and relay does. We're looking for ones labeled starter, ignition, or something similar. Pull the starter fuse out and hold it up to the light. If that little metal strip inside is broken, the fuse is blown. That's a super easy fix. Just replace it with a new fuse of the exact same amperage. Now, what about the starter relay? A relay is just an electrically operated switch. These can fail too, but there's a brilliant and simple diagnostic trick. Look at the diagram and find another relay in the box that has the same part number and pin configuration. A non-essential one, like the horn relay or the AC compressor relay, is perfect. Pull the starter relay out and swap it with the horn relay. Now, try to start the car. If it starts right up, you've found your problem. You have a bad relay. Just buy a new one and put the horn relay back where it belongs. If the car still doesn't start but now your horn doesn't work, that also confirms the original relay was the issue. It's a free and easy way to diagnose the problem. Number 3. The safety switches. Alright, on to cause number 3, and this one fools a lot of people. Your car has a safety feature that prevents it from starting while it's in gear. If you have an automatic transmission, this is the neutral safety switch. Its only job is to ensure the car is in park or neutral before it allows the starter to get power. Sometimes these switches wear out or get knocked out of alignment. The test is unbelievably simple. Put your foot on the brake, shift the car into neutral, and try to start it. If it starts in neutral but not in park, you have a faulty neutral safety switch. It's a common issue. If you drive a manual, you have a clutch safety switch instead. You have to push the clutch pedal all the way to the floor to engage a little button that allows the car to start. If that switch fails, the car will think you're not pressing the clutch, and you'll get nothing. Make sure you're pushing that pedal all the way down. Number 4 and 5. The more involved parts. So you've checked the battery, the fuses, the relays, and the safety switches, and you're still stranded. Now we have to look at the bigger components in the starting system. Let's talk about the ignition switch and the starter itself. First, the ignition switch. This is the component your key actually turns. Over time, the electrical contacts inside can wear out. A telltale sign is if you have to jiggle the key or turn it just right to get the car to start. If your accessories work, but it's completely dead when you turn to the start position, this could be the culprit. Now for the workhorse of the system, the starter motor. The starter is a powerful little motor that engages with your engine's flywheel to get it spinning. When these fail, you might hear a single, loud clack, and then nothing. That's the sound of the starter's solenoid pushing the gear out, but the motor itself failing to spin. There's an old-school mechanic's trick you can try, but be careful. Locate your starter motor. It's usually a cylindrical component, bolted to the side of the engine or transmission. Have a friend turn, and hold the key in the start position while you give the body of the starter a few firm taps with a wrench or a small hammer. Sometimes, the electrical contacts, called brushes, inside the motor get stuck. A good tap can knock them loose for 1 or 2 more starts. If this works, don't celebrate just yet. It's a temporary fix. It got you started, but you need to drive straight to the auto parts store for a new starter. And finally, always check the connections on the starter itself. There's a big, thick cable coming from the battery and a smaller wire that tells it when to start. Make sure those are clean and tight. Okay, that was a lot of information, but diagnosing a no crank, no start is all about a logical process of elimination. So, to recap, start with the easiest and most common culprit, your battery. Check its voltage and terminals. Then move to the fuse box to check the starter fuse and swap the relay. After that, try starting it in neutral. If none of that works, it's time to investigate the starter motor and its connections. By following these steps, you can solve this problem yourself a vast majority of the time, saving you a ton of money on a tow truck and a mechanic's diagnostic fee. If this video helped you figure out your car problem, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And make sure you subscribe to Fix and Cruise for more guides to help you fix your car and cruise with confidence. Let me know in the comments what the issue was with your car. I love hearing the success stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.